Groovy.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Happy Saturday as always. How we doing tonight?
Yeah, everybody's doing all right. How are you?
I'm okay. A little sore from getting that tooth pulled today, that wisdom tooth. But,
Pulling some teeth.
yeah, it's gonna take some freaking naproxen before I forget. But yeah. So if you didn't know, tonight we are here to review. I should have grabbed it. I don't know where I put it. The Strangers. Pray at Night. Decided to go with the second one just because I thought it'd be a little funner to review the second one because the first one is a little bit slower.
This wasn't called Pray for Light.
Pray at Night.
Oh, I thought it was Pray for Light because I was praying for some light because I couldn't see nothing. One of the darkest movies I think I've ever seen. No wonder why they all got killed because they couldn't see the killers. They're so friggin' dark.
Right.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Well, this one, this and the first one are very different in a lot of ways. Let me see. No, I have the first one right here. Actually, you got the first one with the slip. A lot of people really love this film. Then some people hate it, you know. But this was really big in 2008.
Well, it says this new one holds a approval rating of 40% on the Rotten Tomatoes. Apparently, not too many people like this one.
Which one? Chapter 1?
No. The Pray at Night.
Oh, yeah. Well, because I think the new one, Chapter 1, is getting like, which I'm curious if we watch the unrated cut or not, because I always did when we watched it the other night. When we watched it on Kick, I felt like it was a little bit tamer than I remember.
Well, no, I was just saying there really wasn't. None of the kills were shown. A lot of them were off camera.
Well, there is an unrated cut, so I'm curious if maybe we watch the rated R cut.
It's possible, yeah.
And I guess this is actually kind of a hard one to get, you know, at least on digital and stuff. It is on HBO Max.
Yeah, it's pretty much out of print, I think.
It's on HBO Max. I don't know. I think this is actually out of print as well from Screen Factory. I know you can't get it with the slip though. But and this actually comes. Oh wait, no, this is just. No, there is a both 1 and 2 both have theatrical and unrated. But you know, this will we'll get into it in a bit, but they definitely are both very different movies in a way that it's almost like they're really both like their own thing. Before we dive into it, though, I figured we'd do a little horror news. See what we got. It says Neon picks up Stephen King, James Wan, and Ozo Good Perkins horror movie, The Monkey. Three powerhouses are coming together for The Monkey, an adaptation of Stephen King's story that's being produced by James Wan and directed by Os Good Perkins. Which I believe Neon is that company that did that Immaculate movie. This Neon company seems to be
Well, I don't.
to put out like they're a new one on the scene and they're starting to put a lot of stuff out.
Hmm.
Is the
Yeah.
is the Monkey is that the one that me and you watched, the Romero? Was that based off of Stephen King? Because it shows.
Oh, Monkey Shines.
Yeah, it
No,
shows pictures.
George Romero. I think
That was different.
yeah, that was different.
It says in The Monkey, when twin brothers Hal and Bill discover their father's old monkey toy in the attic, a series of gruesome deaths start occurring all around. The brothers decide to throw the monkey away and move on with their lives, growing apart over the years. But when the mysterious deaths begin again, the brothers must reunite to find a way to destroy the monkey for good before it takes the lives of everyone close to them.
Yeah, I mean, what is what these guys are like? The imaginary had a bear, and this now it's a possessed monkey.
And and it looks like James Wan is producing it with Atomic Monster partner Michael Clear, Megan, and C2 Motion Picture Group's Jason Cloth, Joker, and David Kaplan, Babylon, who I guess worked on Babylon. We're in that era after Megan worked, and now that Chucky, is doing really well on the TV series. I think people are trying to. This is their way of getting kids. Like Blumhouse really goes for like a lot of PG-13 type horror. James Wan though he does really good stuff. I wouldn't say he's perfect, but he definitely has a huge fan base, and he's a big horror fan. And I usually like his original ideas more than I mean, he has the Conjuring universe, the Saw universe.
Didn't he do
And
Malignant? Wasn't that one of his too?
I would say like the first third of that movie, at least maybe even the first half. The first third of that movie is boring, but I do enjoy that movie. That I actually like to go back and watch that at some point. But that is a good unique idea, and it goes back to like old school fucking Basket Case and weird movies like that. So you gotta give him credit for trying. I know a lot of regular fans probably don't like that type of stuff, but it was still a cool idea. But it has been a while since I watched it. So, but yeah, like I said, he's not perfect by any means. It says Sony chairman hints at Cillian Murphy's return in 28 years later. That would be cool. I'd like to go back and actually rewatch those. I have not seen those in years, dude. Years. And I think those are impossible to get on Blu-ray, right?
Another couple movies are out of print.
Because those are Fox. Those are Fox, right? Yeah. But I'm sure maybe we could find at some point we could find a couple DV because it's 28 days later and years later, right? Or
28 days, no, 20 weeks later and 28.
And this new one is years. But they're talking that they're going to do a 28 years later trilogy. So I don't know. That's kind of weird to me. And we got I Know What You Did Last Summer, new movie releasing summer of 2025. 90s slasher franchise I Know What You Did Last Summer is headed back to the big screen with a brand new movie that's been dated for theatrical release in summer of 2025. Franchise will return to theaters on July 18, 2025. Jennifer Caton Robinson is on board to direct the new installment in the franchise for Sony, with Leah McKendrick writing the screenplay. We don't know yet if the original cast will be back for the new movie, but we've previously heard that both Jennifer Love Hewitt and Freddie Prinze Jr. were potentially returning. I believe they call that a legacy sequel. Kids, stay tuned.
Yeah.
Yeah, that TV show, I watched episode 1. I really couldn't even get into it. That Amazon TV show, and Amazon usually is like knocking shit out the park. So I was actually hoping maybe that's just more of like teenagers that have never seen the originals could get into that. But like me being a huge fan of 1 and 2, um, it was tough for me to get into that. And I just don't know what they plan to do. You know what I mean? So we'll see. I wouldn't. I would have been cool if maybe they. But Freddie Prince Jr. Last time I saw him, he was looking kind of skinny, man. Like he's not like that pretty boy. I feel like that he used to be. I mean, maybe he was just doing something for a role he had, and he had to lose some weight. But um, I don't know, man. He's not in many movies. He's not like he
Well,
was.
it's 20 years later.
Exactly. Well, but he's not also acting like he was. Like he actually, Evan, I was telling him about this show called WWE Rivals, and he's actually in that show because I guess he was actually a script writer for WWE, which 'cause he's a huge fan of that stuff. But I found that actually really cool. 'Cause I was always a huge fan of him. I mean, he was Fred in the Scooby Doo movies. And yeah, he was huge in the '90s and early 2000s. But I love Jennifer Love Hewitt, and even she I haven't seen in like 10 years, maybe more. I mean, she fell off the map, so that'll be big if they do get them to come back. Because I always thought Jennifer Love Hewitt was fucking hot as hell, bro. Um, and actually, Evan just told me about this the other day. Next Insidious movie releasing in theaters summer 2025. So I guess we'll be coming along. In the wake of last year's box office hit, Insidious: The Red Door, Sony has announced tonight that the next installment in the Insidious franchise has been dated for 2025. You can expect it in theaters August 29th. Deadline notes in their report tonight that this particular project is not the previously announced spin-off movie Thread, an Insidious tale, which doesn't yet have a release date. So I never even heard of that they were going to do a spin-off. And needless to say, or I guess The Red Door was one of the highest grossing movies in the entire franchise. So of course they got to make another one, but Evan was actually telling me he doesn't think that they're bringing the family back, so it might be like a whole new family or something else going on. So we'll see. I did actually really enjoy The Red Door. I saw it in theaters though, so I had like a really good theater experience with it. I had like a great theater in there with me, and like Patrick Wilson making his directorial debut. Hell, like I'm not big on jump scares, but it did have some really good, unique jump scares, and I actually really ended up liking it. Maybe um big thing with them coming back as a family, and I love Patrick Wilson, so that was pretty cool. But Insidious isn't a series that like has a high rewatchability for me, but I will check them out every so years. Junior, stop it. But yeah, I got Red Door did make a ton of money, I guess. So that cause all these ones I just announced were freaking Sony too. He's got some stuff going. Yeah, I do hope it's a new story as well. I don't need the fucking what's her name, the old lady who's like the medium. I don't even really. We got a prequel story about her. I really don't need anything else about her. Jason Universe Horror Inc. begins a new era of the Friday the 13th franchise, and here's the plan. While we wait to see what happens with A24 and Peacock's planned Friday the 13th TV series, Crystal Lake currently undergoing a showrunner change. Horror Inc. has announced Jason Universe via an exclusive report from IGN this afternoon, which is said to be dawning of a new era for the original owners of the Friday the 13th franchise, which, if most people don't know, I guess Friday the 13th, like half of the movie is owned by one guy and the other half is owned by someone else. So, like, one guy owns, like, the Jason rights, and then the other guy, like, owns, like, fucking Pamela Voorhees and all that. And I think that's, like, why the Peacock series is going to be more about like
Right.
Voorhees and stuff. It's a fucking shit show, bro. It's an absolute shit show. Like, just give us a fucking Jason movie already. Like, come together and make money together. Like, you guys haven't made enough money over the last fucking 12.
Yeah, I'd rather them just not even do a TV show, just do another movie.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's been a long time since when did the last one come out?
It would be the remake, and that was 2012.
2009, right?
Maybe, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Been a
so
while, and that was really good. I thought, and I know Evan likes it too. I love that one, and people have hated on that for years.
I thought the remake was okay.
I thought it was great. 09, Evan said, yeah. Been 15 freaking years.
Yeah.
Evan says.
It's time.
And we're at 12. So it's like, I think Jason should get a 13th movie. I think it's only right. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? And it's like, I get Chucky is doing great on TV, but Chucky is very rare to be like, I never thought it would actually work. I was in to work as good as it has. Doesn't mean Jason will work. They tried to isolate
Chucky also had more of a backstory, and he had more characters. Friday the 13th is pretty.
Jason drowned as a kid.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty limited, and I really don't care about his backstory. You know,
Either no.
I don't care about how he grew up.
I don't care about his dad. I really don't even care about his fucking mom. We got what we needed in the first one, and that's where Strangers Chapter 1, what they promised in the trailer is that we're gonna find out why the strangers are, why like who they are, and why they do.
But it's stupid. It's because we got that. Yeah, but we got the answer from the girl in this movie. Why are we doing this? Why not?
Why not? And in the first one, they use that same line, except they say because you were home.
Right.
So it's like Michael Myers. You don't really need an explanation. It's scarier a lot of times that way.
Right.
But I get. Let's see. Friday 13th. Activations will span a wide range of platforms from entertainment, games, immersive experience, for merchandise, and more to be announced through 2024. So I guess we're going to have some stuff coming, maybe shirts, fucking random shit, which I've seen a lot of shirts go to Walmart, so I don't know.
Talking about games, don't forget, I think next week, 28th, the Killer Clowns movie gets a game.
Oh,
video game coming out for PlayStation, Xbox, and PC.
I can't wait, dude. I
haven't heard any reviews of it yet, so I'm gonna wait to see whether I get it, how good it is.
People that pre-ordered it were supposed to get a week advance sneak.
Yeah, it's supposed to. You can start playing it like this week coming up.
I almost wanted to pre-order just to be able to play it early, but
yeah, I got burned by so many games that stink, and they call if they weren't $40 to $70, I do that, but I usually wait for some reviews.
Exactly, yeah. I'm sure it's going to be similar to the Texas Chainsaw because it looks like you could play as the clowns or like humans. So
right.
It's going to be just like those other horror games. I guarantee it. But it looked like, like the maps and everything look really cool on that from what I saw. But I guess they're saying they're excited to work with Victor Miller and Mark Toberoff on new projects we'll announce in the coming months, said Robert Brazen, president of Horror Inc. We're focused on honoring the legacy while elevating the fan experience and appealing to today's horror and audiences as we develop new ways to watch, interact, and engage with the Jason universe. Fuck a universe. Just give me a fucking movie, dude. Like, we got a universe. Like, just give me a fucking movie, dude. But I guess there's an official website for Jason's Universe has been launched this week where you can sign up to receive updates and the latest news from the new venture. Be sure to get on that ASAP. Well, I will be signing up because I want to stay in the loop, but, we'll see. And it looks like Silent Hill. You ever get into those movies? I believe they did 2.
Yeah, I watched the first one. I didn't see the second one.
I can't remember the second one much. The first one has Sean Bean in it, right? The first one. I always did like the first one. It has great atmosphere, you know what I mean? I played the games when I was a kid. The games were always like Silent Night and Resident Evil were 2 of the scariest fucking games growing up. I guess they're doing Return to Silent Night first look at Pyramid Head in the new movie from director Christoph Gans. And that's the little picture you get. So should be interesting. Always been a big fan of that. I like to go back and rewatch the second one. I do believe the first is better though. But I wonder if exactly just make it good. I wonder if this is going to be like a direct sequel to the original, but from what I heard that this is supposed to be set to be a brand new film adaptation of Silent Night 2. So maybe that's why it's called Return to Silent Night, because this, I think the first one was based off the first game, and this one is going to be more based off of the second. So should be fun, man. Should be fun. That's always a good one. It says as James descends deeper into dark, or it says the film will follow James Jeremy Irvine, a man broken after being separated from his one true love. When a mysterious letter calls him back to Silent Hill in search of her, he finds a once recognizable town transformed by an unknown evil. As James descends deeper into the darkness, he encounters terrifying figures, both familiar and new, and begins to question his own sanity as he struggles to make his sense of reality and hold on long enough to save his lost love. Oh my god, that sounds incredible. Are you fucking listening, Scarpad?
Absolutely.
Are you listening to that masterpiece I just talked about? And we got a first little image of Pedro Pascal for season 2 of Last of Us, looking a little grayer than normal.
He was dead.
Not
Oh, he
dead.
didn't die. Didn't die.
But yeah, so
I'm dying soon.
I can't wait to see that. That movie Sting about that big arachnid.
I wonder if this season of like Last of Us will actually have any creatures in it.
I hope so. I hope so.
They only had like one in the first season.
Yeah.
So.
But you said you liked that movie Sting, right? I haven't watched it
Yeah,
yet.
Sting was. I thought Sting was all right. Sting was pretty good.
Yeah.
Let's
And
watch.
that Last Stop in Yuma County came out, which I was talking about.
I thought that was pretty good too. I've ordered Sting and Yuma County on Blu-ray. It's coming out soon. But yeah,
really?
Yuma County was kind of like it's kind of like Pulp Fiction, beginning of Pulp Fiction mixed with Reservoir Dogs. It's got some definite Tarantino vibes to it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it as well. I would definitely snag it on physical as well. I do gotta watch Sting, but if you liked it, I'm sure that I will probably like it as well.
Yeah, I think you'll like it.
Yeah. So, and I always like a good killer spider movie. So
it's a space spider.
I think that Blu-ray should be pretty cheap because I think that Immaculate movie was only like $15.
Yeah, both Sting and Yuma County are coming out for $20, and then probably be like $15 by the time they come out.
They'll probably drop a little bit. So yeah, I think that's what I got for horror news this week. I think that was pretty good. So yeah, we'll jump into Strangers Pray at Night. So I remember. Have you seen the first one at all?
Yeah, when it first came out.
Yeah, so that's it, just the one time.
I don't remember much of it, but yeah, I remember. Yeah, I saw it once.
So I know the first one had like Scott Speedman and Liv Taylor. Those are the main ones. Liv Tyler, yes, sorry. And then I know Glenn Howerton from Always Sunny in Philadelphia makes an appearance in it. So we're obviously reviewing Pray at Night because Chapter 1 came back, so I figured might as well. And in the second one, you get Christina Hendricks and Martin Henderson as the mother and father, and then Bailey Madison, who is I know her from like one or two Adam Sandler movies, and her brother Lewis Pullman, who I'm not really familiar of. But I know when the first one came out, the first one is very eerie, man. I mean, it starts at first, I don't know if the second one did. I know the first one starts off like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre with, this is based on a true story and these home invasions, they start with that voice that creeps you out, and then they try to get you like this is based on actual events, which, I mean, there are home invasions, so it's like that this could be real, so that freaks you out. In this one, in the first one, there's not much of a score. There is at times, but there's a lot of times where, so some people think it's slow, but there's a lot of times where like they're just in the house and they're like looking at something going on, and you see like one of the strangers like just lurking behind them, but there's no sound, so it's just like it's very eerie and creepy. And it's definitely, I think it is a good movie. It's not the best. You got to be in the right frame of mind for it. You got to just kind of go along with the ride. But I always liked Pray at Night better, just because it's a little bit more faster paced. It has a great soundtrack where, like I said, the other one was has more like silent moments, where this has like, some like classic songs in it, and a little bit more of a score. But they do.
Yeah, even when the truck's on fire and shit's going down, the music's still playing, even though they're not nowhere near radio.
Yeah, I love the sound. It's a great soundtrack, though. But yeah,
The soundtrack is good.
Like the first one starts as the second one does, where it's like, is Tamara here? And they do the same thing in both, and then they even like both victims ask, "Why are you doing this?" And then in the first one, it's like, because you were home, and in the second one it's like, why not? So they do make little nods. So it's like weird. It's like, are they the same strangers doing this, or is this like two different just one shots? You know what I mean? It's very weird. Because they both are like they're different. They're definitely different in a lot of ways. But yeah, I mean, I think the mother and father. Go ahead.
What happened at the end of the first one? Did any of the strangers die?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No. But in this one, I know they do. But yeah, so Liv Tyler and Scott Speedman are great in the first one. I think the mother and father are good in this one as well. I think the mother, though, really just gets kind of knocked off very quickly, which was surprising. You would have thought they had maybe lasted a little bit together, but you basically,
as we said when we were watching it, because we streamed this last night.
Yeah,
and we both said she could have had at least one shower scene before she died, but never,
at least
she's in the bathroom already. So if you're gonna get stabbed in the bathroom, at least take a shower.
Exactly. Yeah, and like two.
Never happened.
It seems like two different one shots. It really does. So it was just very weird when I heard Lionsgate say that they had like. So I'm guessing from Fear Street, which was on Netflix, they filmed 3 chapters, and they put them all out in the same year, and that was very successful. So I think Lionsgate thought they could do something like that with this, but it's just very weird because there's not that much meat on the bones for the strangers, and it's like, oh, you're gonna find out like what about them, and it's like, I don't care though. I don't care.
Yeah.
They're just fucking crazy. Like, what can you tell me? Like,
I just didn't. This particular movie, I don't remember the other one so much. I'm not going to compare them because I don't remember them. But
right, well, yeah, you don't really need to, honestly.
No, I mean this one. Quite honestly, I mean, I think there was a couple creepy moments in this movie. The one I can remember is the scene where the girls under the house and one of the killers, the girl's mask comes out and whispers to her. That was kind of
creepy. That was a good one.
And there was maybe one other one with the baghead guy. But other than that, I found the movie not very scary at all. I think half the problem is the setting they put them at, like a trailer park. I mean, the 2 kids were outside pretty much all the time, just running around. Yeah. And the parents were one of them was already dead, and the father was with the other one. So, it just didn't. It wasn't all that scary. It seemed like at times they could, they could have just got the hell out of there. They could have run away. They could have done anything. These people did the stupidest shit that anybody could have done. They all deserve to die. That's true of every horror movie, but very true in this case.
Yeah. The theatrical and the unrated are literally the exact same. Hour 26 minutes for both.
Yeah, I mean, so
how does that make sense? But like at least add like there's an extra minute.
And the kills just weren't all that great. I mean, the mother gets stabbed. You don't see much of anything. The father.
I swear, I remember the pool scene being very gruesome too. Like maybe
the
unrated cut, but the pool scene wasn't even that big of a deal. It is
Yeah,
fucked up because then you see all the blood and the lights.
right,
It's like
right,
a cool setting, but it's not like you see like, oh, his fucking throat get just completely like ripped open or something, you know?
yeah, and a lot of ridiculous stuff. Let's face it. I mean, the kid out the bloody lost in the pool, and the fact he was laying there for like 6 hours, bleeding or whatever, and then he's in the hospital at the end on a vending tube. Come on, give me a break. That guy's dead, dead, dead.
Right.
You know, the stranger, they firebomb the truck. The truck's literally on fire. He's literally on fire. He's
Right.
able to get out and try to kill her,
Yeah.
which is crazy. I don't mind that too much.
Yeah.
Um, and the best one besides that is when the father gets beamed up, beamed through
Right.
with the beam, and then we don't see much there, and it's just kind of so yeah. I mean, to me, it was kind of lukewarm. This movie, I do remember the original one. I think I liked better when I remember seeing it because it was more. You didn't know what was going on. It was all kind of in a house or multiple houses. Even the
They're
scene when
they're
even
both similar plot where like they're both
yeah
like the first one has better characters where it's like Scott Speedman like just proposed to
right
Liv Tyler, but she declined him.
yeah
So they're basically like broken up. So they're going to spend like the week, and they like just left the wedding together. So there's like this like you're this broken up couple in a house together. You know what I mean? So you get that like there's just more meat on the bones in the first one. You know what I mean? Like with the character development.
yeah
Or you just have this story about this rebel teen. You know what I mean?
yeah. It was so cliche this time. I mean,
And you
you
don't
had
even like,
the
not,
dysfunctional fire family, the rebel, the girl. I mean, I just want to see a movie once where they're not all just like let them have a little happiness before they all get killed.
right.
I'm so sick of the rebellious teenager stories, but
Yeah. You know, it's funny because I always kind of like the second one better, and now it's been a while. Like last time I watched both movies, I'd watched both back to back, and I like ended up liking the second better. But I almost feel like Two Gun as well now, where I think I do like this one a little bit better. Like it's aged on me a little bit better, just because it's a better story all around, a little bit better character development and everything.
yeah, this one had a lot more running around and action stuff, but
Yeah.
it doesn't make it
It's
scary.
like it's a faster pace. I always
Right.
remember this one being like a lot like more ramped up and the kills are better. So I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. I am gonna go back and rewatch the unrated and just see if there is like and if you get to linger on the kills or something. I don't
And
understand.
I still think this movie is really, really hurt by the fact it was so dark and you couldn't even see what was going on. I
Yeah.
mean, first off, you had the
You're in a
jerky,
dark ass
you
trailer
had
park the entire time.
you had the jerky camera, and then dark. I mean, the best probably practical effect they had in the whole movie was right in the beginning where they find
The couple,
the old
their aunt,
couple,
their aunt. No, I think that was their aunt and uncle actually.
yeah, and uncle, and it's so dark you literally couldn't see anything. You couldn't
You
see
get
what was
the best shot you get is like a shot through the window when they're like running away.
right.
And I was like, yo, like that was it looked really good. If you pause it, it looks like a really good
Right.
practical effects job. And it's like, put a little lighting on it, motherfucker.
Yeah, and then you couldn't see anything, and that kind of just ruined the whole point of the shot. So I thought it was way too dark, way
Yeah.
too dark. And even Pedro said when we were watching it, the scene where he's coming at it with the truck with the headlights is probably only part of the movie you can see.
Yeah. Well, I guess the guy that directed this one, he had directed 47 meters down, 47 meters down, Uncaged. So that's 1 and 2, which
Mhm.
I do really enjoy those. He directed a segment in VHS 99. Resident Evil: Welcome to Raccoon City. That's not a good. From what I hear, that's not so good.
Yeah, that would suck.
I never got.
Raccoon City, wasn't that an animated one?
No, this was like the last Resident Evil that they did.
Yeah,
It
it
was
was.
live action that they did in 2021.
Yeah,
And
that was a terrible one.
they like made it. This is gonna be just like the video games, and I heard that it wasn't good at all. I couldn't even get into it. I tried a couple times. But yeah, that's really like those are his big claim to fames. Were this 47 meters down 1 and 2 and Resident Evil, and then a segment in VHS 99, which VHS 99 I do enjoy most of the VHS movies, especially like I think it's like 84, 89, and then 99 or something. I think 99 is actually on sale right now for like $10 on Amazon, which I'd like to pick up at some point because I always get a kick of those. Are always some segments are better than others, but I always like those. Maybe more gore, blood in the unrated version. That's what I'm wondering. Maybe a little bit. Maybe that's why it wasn't as big of a deal.
But the movie's so dark. How would you even tell?
And this also has an alternate ending. It says.
Yeah, maybe the alternate ending. They actually had some lights turned on.
Maybe, but because and then the first one also has an alternate ending, or not alternate ending. It has a theatrical and then an unrated cut. But it said, but the first one, the theatrical is 86 minutes. The unrated is 91 minutes. That's a big difference. You know what I mean? Where it says on this that the unrated and theatrical are literally the same amount.
Like 30 seconds.
I don't know if it's a fuck up or if that it's really just like 30 seconds. That's a fucking shame if so. But you know, the strangers are always good, at least though. The masks are creepy, you know what I mean? They always do their job good. Hey, are you in the Strangers movie right now? It got really dark for a second. Did you see that?
No, I look okay.
It got dark. No, it got like dark for like a split for like 2 seconds.
It didn't on my screen. I look okay.
Pitch black, but it was like the lights dimmed for like a second or two. But yeah, I always think the strangers look good. The headlight from the truck. The who I'd say who'd be your favorite stranger if you're gonna pick one? I'm curious because there's the two chicks and then the bag face.
I was trying to put this bag on my head, but it won't fit.
There's the girl who like comes to the door and says she is Tamara here. I don't know if they give them names. I don't think they do. One's called Man in the Mask, Dollface, and Pinup. I don't know. Let me see. Okay, so I'm guessing the blonde. This one is Dollface, and then this one is Pinup.
Well, yeah, and one of the complaints about the new movie is that in that shot you just showed, you can clearly see the difference between the two female characters. And in the new movie, they make them look so similar that you can't tell the difference. They both have short hair, and the masks just look almost the same. So that's a screw up too.
Oh yeah, I see. And I hear that the characters have like no. Oh yeah, they both look like they're wearing masks on their head. Like they're wearing like black hats. Right. Let me see if I can show you this real quick. Which I also heard a lot of people.
Yeah, it's so similar that they said they couldn't even tell half the time who was who by the face.
Yeah, because the masks do look pretty similar. You just see the black hair, but that's why how I could always tell like these two apart is because the girl has long blonde hair.
And I will tell you, just by looking at that picture, that looks so bad compared to the originals.
Yeah,
the original looks so much better.
The guy in the mask is always in like a suit or like in a in the first one he's in a suit. I don't think he's in a suit in the second one.
No, but it looks better than that.
You could tell they look, it looks like, and from what I hear, that the first one, the chapter 1 is like a play-by-play of the first one, but not nearly as good. The character, there's no, like the couple, there's no like, what am I trying to say? Like, there's no chemistry. So like the two actors that are, a couple, I don't know if there's the same story about them getting broken up or whatever and going to the house. I'm not sure. Because I've not seen it. I'm gonna wait. I will watch it when it comes out, but
which is probably gonna be next week. It'll be on digital in about a week or two.
It has a 5.2 on IMDb. I've seen that it's like a 20% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And it's crazy because Richard Brake is a sheriff in chapter 1, which bummer, man. Bummer. but literally, because I said that chapter 1 is rated R, and I know a creator on YouTube said he saw this in Tarot, and Tarot's PG-13. He said that Tarot has better and more unique kills being PG-13 than this does it rated R, or than chapter 1 does it rated R, not Prey at Night. So that's fucking sad, man. It's like with this, it's like at least give us some good kills. You know what I mean? Like that would make this series a whole lot cooler if at least you got a home invasion. They're doing
they need to amp it up a little bit.
They truly do. And I know Rennie Harlan is very mixed, but I thought he could have done maybe something.
Yeah, like
he did.
He's
do
kind of a hack.
Yeah,
he's got a hack. Anyhow.
I don't know why. I don't know how he got it. Honestly, I mean, he's done a lot of good stuff, but he's done a lot of bullshit too. Honestly, and he's probably done more bullshit than good, to be honest. Is this not the guy I'm thinking of? See, I thought Rennie Harlan's the one who did the movie Prison. Yeah, it is. Yeah, so the only thing I really like him for is Prison with Viggo Mortensen, which was like I think one of his first movies. Nightmare on Elm Street, Dream Master, Die Hard 2, Cliffhanger. I've not seen Cutthroat Island. Didn't you say that's pretty good? Long Kiss Goodnight is good, and then he did Deep Blue Sea. And I love Deep Blue Sea.
He made some good movies, but he doesn't seem like a match for this type of film.
No,
because he's never done anything like that type of film.
No, yeah. If you go through his filmography, he's done absolutely nothing like this. Nothing.
But as far as this movie goes, I mean, I think it was okay, but the son was just, I think, too old. The daughter was kind of annoying. The parents weren't in it long enough to even make a decision, really. But I would say it's kind of a mid movie. It was watchable, but pretty meh, as far as horror goes. And
which stranger did you like the best? Tuan said the last guy, the man in the mask, was the best stranger. He tried his hardest to kill the girl.
Yeah, even on fire,
Right.
Yeah, definitely would be the man in the mask. He was cool.
Man in the mask. Yeah, I'd probably usually always go him as well. I might go.
I mean, the girl was okay.
I'd probably maybe go the blonde chick just because she kind of gets it going, and she's always pretty creepy too, just standing in the dark and like, is Tamara home?
Yeah, and that's the other thing too. There's way too many scenes in this movie where literally people just stand there waiting to get killed. I mean, not even trying to fight back, not even trying to run away. I mean, and that got me too. And then ultimately, even the strangers, when their time comes, they get dispatched pretty easily, really, relatively. So, okay, but as I said, I've seen better.
Yeah.
And to me, I would definitely give the edge to the first one. I think the first one is a better movie, and maybe they didn't really even need to make this really because as you said, it's a pretty thin plot.
The Prey at Night, you don't think they needed to make?
Probably not.
Maybe not. I always liked it better back in the day. I don't know. But yeah, for a fact they didn't need to make the new one they're making. But I know that the Prey at Night still does have a fan base. But yeah, I mean, it's not perfect by any means. It's a little more fast paced, but they should have really ramped up the kills if they were gonna really try to go more fast paced and go for it. You know what I mean? That if there was some really good kills in this, that would have brought this up like 2 more points. You know what I mean? Or at least like a point and a half.
The problem is too that when you only have 4 characters in the movie, how many kills can it be?
Exactly.
And Mother gets killed like right away.
Yeah, and the brother.
And you're not going to kill the girl till the very end. I mean, she has to last till the end. So what can you really do? But so if you're going to have them be like 3 or 4 and that's it, better make sure they're good and they're memorable.
Yeah,
and really,
there's only 2 people.
Right.
And then they have like a friend come stop by, so only like 3 people get killed in that.
Yeah, I mean, my favorite kill in the movie is the father because that's kind of cool. It could have been a little bit more graphic, but his was pretty good.
Yeah, I would probably I'd either go the father, or even though it's not as gory as I remember, I do still like the son's
Yeah,
half
yeah,
because of all the lights in the pool and then the blood just going
yeah. You
out in
could
the
see
pool.
it.
That is, yeah, that's still, yeah,
Helps to be able to see it.
some good lighting in that shot. Um, but yeah, I definitely
And then
yeah,
and you did say it. The ending of the movie either pays homage or rips off
TC,
Texas Chainsaw. Right.
which that's cool, which that is cool, you know. So yeah, definitely. Who would be your favorite of like the family? Who would be your favorite family members?
I pretty much hated all of them equally. I would say probably
I'd probably go the father.
I'd go to mom because she's had big tatas, and I always like Christine Hendricks, who's good in like Justified and other things. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
Oh yeah, that's
the,
what she. Yeah,
probably mom, but the girl annoyed me. The kid was like too old. He annoyed me,
I think
and
that's
the
why
father was kind of wishy washy. So
the girl
the
always
mom,
annoyed me too. I think that's why she didn't have much of a career as she got older. Well, it actually looks like she's in this show called Pretty Little Liars. So maybe she does have somewhat of a career. I just don't.
yeah,
I just
probably
don't.
probably playing the annoying daughter in that movie too.
Yeah, probably more
That show.
hard. She was in the Hardy Boys. I didn't even know that got a new show. Um. So yeah, I guess what would we rate this, guys? Anybody in the chat that was able to watch this story, you're rating down below. And who in the mom was a redhead? Yeah, maybe I should switch it up because
Christina Hendricks, yeah, yeah.
she's a hot redhead, that's for sure.
Well, yeah. I would probably give it myself out of 5. I'm gonna give it a 3 or 5. I mean, it's watchable. It's okay,
Yeah,
but it's nothing great. So 3 out of 5 for me.
you have to watch
Uh,
the first one
two
at
guns,
some point.
two guns right on Monday. There, three steps.
He usually always is. He usually always is. Yeah, and I'd second with Two Gun. Said I'd go with 3 as well. Not these aren't like these have never been my favorite. Movies. I usually I pick them up because it's a cool Scream Factory collection, and I knew it was going out of print, and I got the second one for like $5 with it. But other than that, I was like, hey, new one's coming out, give it a rewatch, maybe get a little extra viewership because the new one's coming out. But we'll see because the new one's supposed to fucking suck.
Well,
But
last week I did get to see. I went to see the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I enjoyed that. I thought that was really good. And this week coming up, although I probably won't see it the next week, is Furiosa.
yeah,
The Mad Max.
we're hearing
Mad Max
a
universe.
lot of good things about
Yeah,
that.
that's getting good reviews. And you were right the other night when you said that Thor there is playing Chris. He's playing a villain, but he's kind of playing a villain that's kind of like a villain, but kind of like a villain you can root for type, like a colorful villain.
Maybe he's gonna be a villain at first and then transfer over to like being.
I don't know. I think he's a villain, but I think he's probably just a good. I don't know why they didn't make him Mad Max.
Like you said, that you can that you end up liking and rooting for a bit.
Yeah, he would have been a better Mad Max than Tom Hardy.
That would have been good. Yeah, I believe you. And I like his voice in it too. I think he does a cool voice in it, I didn't even know that was him until they put his name in it. I honestly didn't recognize him at first. And I think that's really good because he is a very recognizable face. So for them to get him and kind of, do that.
And all these movies, like the Planet of the Apes was like 2.5 hours. This Mad Max Furiosa is going to be 2.5 hours.
That's like the thing, bro. Movies wouldn't be over an hour and a half back in the day. And now it's like movies are 3 hours, at the minimum. 2.5. Like I swear to God, like 2.5 is like now the new reg. Which it's fine, but it's like it's a lot. I feel like now it's like if you get an hour and a half movie, it's like, well, I wish it should have been 2 hours because it's like now.
Well, the worst part is, but you're getting. When I went to the movies, literally it was 45 minutes of previews and commercials before the movie started. 45 minutes, and that's ridiculous.
That's why I usually go late because like I
Right.
see
That's
the
that's what
trailer.
I do from now on. I go late.
Yeah, I'm actually trying to be a little stronger and I'm trying to stay away from the trailers a bit, like Two Gun. I can't do it with everything, but sometimes I'm trying to with some stuff. Especially if like I'm already gonna go see it, I really don't even need to watch the trailer. Um, and it's just crazy how long these, you end up going. The movie's already 2.5 hours, and then you end up being there almost 3.5 because of trailers. So it's like, you know, crazy. So yeah, it looks like we got threes all around, man. Threes all around. And next week, since this was a little bit of a, it was still an enjoyable watch, but next week I got a motherfucking banger for us, and I know you're gonna like this. Oh shit! I know you were talking about wanting to do the sequel to this, so I figured we have to do the first one, and then we'll get to the sequel in the coming months.
Oh boy.
So we're doing Reanimator next
Ah,
week.
cool.
Been a while since I seen this too, so cannot wait. Are you excited?
Oh yeah, I'm Gaga. Yeah.
And
No, I love that movie.
well, and then eventually we're gonna do Bride of Reanimator. So
Yeah, I like them all. Even the third one, which
me
wasn't
too.
the best, was all right.
Me too. So we'll probably do the third one too at some point. But yeah, I
In
know.
fact, I just ordered that Dr. Mordred movie with Jeffrey Combs.
Oh yeah. You were telling me that.
Yeah, I love Jeffrey Combs. He was, he's been in like every version of Star Trek, the previous Star Trek, not the new one, but
Yeah,
he was great. He's played like 5 different parts, and he's always great in everything he's in.
yeah. I love Jeffrey Combs. I can't wait to talk about Reanimator with you. I know we're gonna have a blast with that. And yeah, I don't mind a 2 to 3 hour movie either, as long as they're good, as long as they're good, and as long as they're paced well. But did you have anything you want to show off, brother, before we get out of
Yeah,
here?
yeah, I got a few discs I got this week, and I wanted to say, make sure everybody joins us after the movie, after the show in about half an hour or so after the movie, the show ends or so. We'll be doing Ice Pirates up on Kick. We already did. What did we do? The Black Hole earlier,
Oh,
and we're gonna be doing the Ice Pirates, and then tomorrow night we're gonna be doing Ken Russell's Lair of the White Worm.
I
9 o'clock.
can't wait, man.
9 o'clock
I
on
need to see that
Kick.
steelbook, man. That's gonna be a fun
Yeah,
one.
you'll see the steelbook because it's in my pile here. So
Nice. Yeah, too. And you have to send me the back of it. I'm curious what the features are on that Anchor Bay DVD. If it has any features that I don't have on my Arrow Blu-ray.
oh, I'm doing now. Okay.
Is there?
All right. Well, you showed this last week. I finally picked this up. The Shutter Island. This is the 4K, the Blu-ray, the DVD, and the digital code, all in a DVD box. I guess
Nice.
Paramount's trying to put out these $10, $11 versions, and yeah, I mean Martin Scorsese. I always like this film. Then the 4K version of Ghoulies, which I want to watch this week. It's always fun. Pick that up. This week I got my Dune Steelbook in. Dune 2, Part 2. And that's a worm. Not the best cover, I will give you that.
No, I thought that thing
You
is
like
sold
it?
out everywhere.
Yeah, I don't know. It's okay.
I really like the slipcover they did on it.
And the movie that we're gonna be doing tomorrow night on Kick, got this from Walmart, exclusive. Lair of the White Worm. That's a great cover.
Yeah, dude, I think the fucking slipcover one is hard to get. It's hard to find, so I need to pick that one up for my best run. I'm
And,
not very familiar with Ken Russell's work. I know of his stuff, but I haven't got to watch it because a lot of it's hard to find.
He's very bizarre. He's like a David Lynch.
I haven't even seen Altered States.
Oh, you never saw Altered States?
No, I've
That's a
seen.
great
I've
movie.
seen, and then that Gothic movie, which
Yeah,
best run.
maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do Altered States next week on Kick. That's a good movie.
Uh,
Got Repo the Genetic Opera, which I haven't watched yet.
yeah, it only took 2 weeks to come.
I know it only took forever.
Oh
This I heard it's pretty good. It's a 1987 Australian movie called Dead End Driving.
yeah, we gotta
Nero,
watch that.
Dead End Driving. I got the 4K of Butcher Baker Nightmare Maker from
Nice.
Severin.
That's a fun one. That's a wacky one.
Yeah, we reviewed that, I believe.
Yeah. No, I don't think we reviewed it. We watched
Oh.
it together.
The Devil's Honey. It's a Lucio Fulci movie. Fulci. This is one of his erotic thrillers, and there's a lot of 70s Bush in this.
Ooh, we like some Bush.
Mhm. Finally got my DVD of one of the greatest films of all time, Burial Ground, Nights of
Hey,
Terror. Look at that cover.
that's a
So
gorgeous.
that's the DVD version of it.
I hope
Even
one
has
day
it-
you get the VHS.
Even had an insert. Look at that. Look at that, and a good
Nice.
disc.
That spiked it up 5
So
extra
so
bucks to have the
so yeah.
insert.
So far, I got the DVD. I got the Blu-ray. I got 2 versions of it on 4K. VHS is next.
Hell yeah, brother.
And this came, I ordered this direct from the website for A24. As you can see, they shipped me a little envelope. It came in, it says A24. Look at that. Isn't that cool? And this is one of the greatest concert movies of all time. And that's 1984's Stop Making Sense with the Talking Heads. I love this concert movie. It's in Dolby Atmos. It's directed by Jonathan Demme, who directed Silence of the
That looks
Lambs.
like a big case.
And it is a big case because inside here you have the movie. They make it look like a CD, but that's a 4K disc. And you have a whole bunch of stuff about the film and storyboards and stuff like that. And it's a great. I'm a huge Talking Heads fan, and this is such a good concert movie. So I can't wait to put on the headphones and listen to this one. And in 4K, I'll look amazing. So that's my haul for the week.
Sweet.
What do you have?
You need the VHS of Burial Ground. I'm on the hunt for it.
I almost had one on eBay, and it's so I didn't win it. They're around.
Yeah, I think they go for like 20 to 30 bucks. So Scarphead sent me a few Blu-rays.
I don't even remember what I said. So
Not really. I believe this is Star Trek Beyond. A lot of these are still sealed, which I don't have this. It's like a Spanish cover, but it's
because it's
Hamilton maybe.
probably.
But I do not have Star Trek Beyond. I'm missing one other. Into Darkness I don't have either.
Yeah, you don't need it. In the darkness.
But I need it to finish.
Maybe I'll send you my copy of the fucking movie. Star Trek Beyond, at least, is very watchable. It's it's a kind of okay movie. It just sucks.
God,
Star
Into
Trek.
Darkness was terrible, dude. I watched Into Darkness a while back.
Super Triple Blood.
Yeah, I have not watched Beyond though, so I will have to watch that. I'm not trying to pay 20 to 30 for it though. I'm sure if you do find it, you'll probably get it for a decent deal. I know Evan will love this, and it comes with the slip, Thor, limited 3D edition, really cool slip on it. Always love these Marvel slips. And one of my favorite comedies, man. Wedding Crashers. Such a good movie. So fucking rewatch. It's so rewatchable. One of my favorite rock movies too, and one of his, maybe like his second movie, I think. Walking Tall. Love this movie, man. So good. Such a good movie, man. Doesn't the original one have Sean Connery?
No, it's got I forget the name, Joe Don Baker.
I love this one too. And this one's sealed too. Man of Steel. El Hombre de Acero, but it's a really cool slipcover.
Not a big fan of that movie, but
Uh
that's why I sent it to you.
oh really?
Well, I have on 4K too, but I'm not a big fan
Oh,
of
dude.
it.
Well, yeah, I do enjoy it. I don't like love it like a lot of people say it's like Snyder's best Superman movie. I wouldn't say that, but it is. It's definitely
I actually
watchable.
thought the best part of that movie is the beginning with Russell Crowe.
Oh, really? That is a good part. I like Costner in it too, but I didn't own it, so I'm glad to own it because I do always want to
Oh, you
own
mean
all
until
of it.
Superman let his father die because he didn't want to
Oh, I'm
be
not talking
seen,
about that. I'm not
even
talking
though
about that. I'm
even
just
though
talking about
even though
Costner's
the
father.
fucker's faster than a speeding bullet and no one would see him, he
Right.
had to die anyways.
Just let me go. Another awesome Marvel slip. And man, this is a really cool slip. Um, and this is a movie that me and you actually did. I think we watched this on Kick. Sever and Release. And beginning, fantastic. Middle, a little slow, but the ending was as great as well. Still a really fun watch. Nightmare. This was another wacky ass movie that me and
Yeah,
Scar.
I got the 4K on that. That's why I said that.
You did? I thought you did. So that's a fun one, man.
I think the strangers are at your door.
I think there are two. Um, Men in Black 3, almost. Hombres de Negro 3.
Hey, watch it.
Hey, it's Spanish.
Hey, watch it. Definitely gonna be demonetized. You don't want to be demonetized. Oh, food's coming. I hope he bought some good food. I need some food.
And Night School. Sorry, you guys don't want to hear all that dogs going nuts. Godzilla 3D. Another one I didn't have. Not the greatest movie, though. The Meg 3D. One of my fucking favorites. Shazam 3D. Another one I needed. Gotta get the second one at some point, too. This is one of my favorites. Hansel and Gretel, Witch Hunters. I love this movie so much. And Batman v Superman. I didn't even see this. Cool cover though. And Godzilla King of Monsters. Another one I needed. This one's way better than the first. And I got this for like $10. UHF, which Scarpet and I just watched. This is a weird ass one from Shutter, but it was like $8. Fried
I've never
berry.
seen that fried berry.
You gotta check it. It's wacky as hell. The hard R version of ET. It's so weird.
Sounds good.
Random Act of Violence, which is supposed to be like Jay Baruchel's directorial horror movie. It's
Oh.
okay. I actually wasn't gonna get it, and by the time I tried to cancel it, it was like too late. And then it took like two weeks to even come because I got lost. But it came with the slip, and the slip is pretty cool. And I got my Untouchables, which comes with 4K Blu-ray, DVD, and digital. God, man, I just watched it too. God, it looks so good. So good. And I got my Dune 2. Dune Part 2, which I love that stuff.
Cool.
Yeah. And that's what I got. So,
Good
as
haul.
always,
Good haul.
good haul, man. Thank you as always. Sent me some bangers. Oh, I did not have any of those, so perfect, man. I'm so glad to add those to the collection. So yeah,
You scan them.
Yep, will do. That's what I'll be doing while we're watching the
Ice
Space
Pirates.
Pirates, Ice Pirates. So yeah, tune in at 10 for Ice Pirates?
No, I think we're gonna probably do it about 10, 15, about half an hour.
All right, so yeah, 10:15. Join us on Kick. And as always, thank you, Tugan. Appreciate it, brother. If it comes with a slip, it's worth it. As always, we'll see you hopefully in a bit on Kick. And you guys have a great rest of your weekend. Appreciate you guys tuning in, and we will see you next time, y'all. See you next week. Reanimator. Remember, next Saturday. Reanimator.
See you guys in Kick. Come back.
Peace out, guys.